Welcome to the Amateurs Podcast with your host, Peaches and Cream and Taters.
And welcome to the Amateurs, a Super Bowl preview show episode. Here we go. My name's Taters. This is Peach. And Peach has got some special words from us from an unbiased,
Totally
show
unbiased
opinion. Go Birds, baby.
Go
All right,
Birds.
go ahead, Peach.
So with that, let's put our hands over our hearts.
Should we stand and remove cap? I'm gonna remove.
Yes, you
cap
should
for
remove your
this.
caps because
Yeah.
we're doing a pledge of allegiance right now.
All right.
The Pledge of Illegals,
So-
and not illegals as in illegal
All right,
immigrants,
all right,
as in
that's enough.
Eagles
That's enough of
pledging
that.
illegals.
That's enough of that. Talk about football here.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. So, I pledge allegiance to the Eagles of Philadelphia,
Amen.
Pennsylvania,
Amen.
and to the Midnight and Kelly Green, for which they
Amen.
stand.
Mm.
One city, underdogs, indivisible, with tush pushes,
Mm.
and go Birds!
Amen.
Chance for all. Amen.
The
I got
tush
one-
push. Is
I
that
got-
a legit thing? I haven't
Yeah.
watched enough football to know. Is the
Yes.
tush push an actual
It's
thing?
actually probably the most unstoppable play.
It's called the brotherly shove.
Yeah, we call it the brotherly show. I
That's
mean,
amazing. I love that. This weekend, I'm the biggest Eagles fan.
yeah, we've heard that.
We're totally unbiased, by the way.
Unbiased. As I'm wearing a Kelly Green, Jason Kelsey jersey. Go Birds, baby.
Go Birds!
Go
Kelsey
Birds.
in the hat. Wait, what? What's his name?
Jason Kelsey.
Whatever.
All right.
By the way,
Stuff.
we should introduce our side partner here, the third chair, Seth Kendall. He is a avid Eagles fan.
So let's
For
be
now.
honest here. You brought me on because you wanted someone who really understands the game, the analytics of football, NFL. So you wanted a professional to come on here and just tell you, I'll. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hand it back to you. 'cause
Sure,
he's-
sure,
he's
sure.
a casual, by the
I
way.
don't want to steal your
Yeah,
thunder.
he's a casual,
You're the
by the way.
host. I'm just the guest.
He's a casual, but we'll
Casual.
tell him that. That'll be our secret viewer.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, let's get into it, man. Super Bowl 59 coming up this weekend, this Sunday. Hey man, it's gonna be a great matchup.
Dude,
All right,
it's
let's
so
just start there. Chiefs, Eagles. And as an Eagles fan, a lot of Eagles fans were texting me and saying, "Hey man, we really hope the Bills win. Like that'd be great because then we can, like if we lose, it's not as bad. Who would you rather lose to?" Here's what I have to say to those people. That's a loser mentality.
Shut up.
Literally.
Shut up.
Literally. All
Go
right.
Birds.
Go
I'm
Birds.
a Patriots fan, and I'm gonna say go Birds all weekend.
All right.
That's crazy.
Anyways, so listen, the winner mentality and the Philly in me, the true Philly fans wanted the Chiefs. We want them. We want them again. We want a second shot at them. We want a second shot at Patrick Mahomes. We want a second shot at Andy Reid. We want a second shot at Travis Kelce. We
Yep.
want to beat them down. And as an Eagles fan, look, if the Bills would have won, sure, congratulations. I'd feel way more confident in us winning the Super Bowl if they're here. But I feel really confident in the Eagles winning the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. Like, I'm sorry. We're the best team in the league. And we'll get
Facts.
into that as we move on through this episode. But Peach, as you look at the Super Bowl preview matchup here, obviously we are an unbiased show. What?
Completely.
Go Birds. Anyways,
Go Birds.
go Birds. Anyways, yeah, man. Like, what do you think? What are you feeling here? What's your initial thoughts when you sit down when someone says Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl 59? Go. What are your thoughts?
Oh, my initial thoughts. Man, this is gonna be an interesting game. I mean, you have a rematch from 2 Super Bowls ago, in which was the second highest scoring Super Bowl in history, I believe. The Eagles lost a heartbreaker in that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it. But they have a shot for revenge here. They have the offensive player of the year in Saquon Barkley. Dog.
Certified dog.
Dog.
Yeah, 10 toes in, baby.
And they have the best offensive line in the league.
Yep.
They have one of the best defenses in the league.
What?
It'll be a very good matchup. because you go against a coach like Andy Reid, who's one of the best coaches of all time.
He's 21-4 off a bye in
Yeah.
his career.
It's crazy.
21-4.
And you have
That's
a Hall of
terrifying.
Fame defense coordinator, Spagnuolo.
Yep.
Who obviously the Chiefs defense is always so good somehow.
Mhm.
Yeah, this would be very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for this matchup.
What's your what as an Eagles fan, we say we're unbiased, but obviously we're not. But as an Eagles fan, what's your number one thing you are watching for that is as far as it's just in total? It could be offense, it could be defense. But what's your number one thing you're watching for that if this goes our way, you feel like we're getting a win. We're putting a ring on that
Right.
thing. You know what I'm saying? What's your number one thing that you're kind of watching for as an Eagles fan?
Yeah. I think I'm watching for turnovers.
Okay.
In 2 Super Bowls ago, when we last played the Chiefs, said you don't want to talk about it, we're going to talk about it.
Fair enough.
There was only 1 turnover in that game. It was a Jalen Hurts fumble, and they returned it for a touchdown.
Devastating.
And obviously that was a turning point in the game. So whoever has literally a single turnover in this game will probably win the game.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating because you look into it, you look at the Eagles throughout the season, but specifically the postseason, the playoffs. We've been forcing turnovers, multiple a game. We're forcing fumbles, we're getting picks, we're getting on those loose balls. I think that's a massive advantage. The other thing is though, the Chiefs don't turn the ball over, but I would be surprised if they don't turn over on Sunday against the Eagles, because the Eagles defense is very opportunistic. Okay, they are going to force turnovers. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That is what they've done all year. And why would they stop in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
We got the peanut punch. We're punching balls out, getting fumbles on the ground. And this is what we want. And Patrick Mahomes, I think he's gonna throw a pick in this game.
It could
And
happen.
I think it's going to be massive.
Mm.
Massive. 100%. Turnovers are so huge in the sport, really. And I think we're gonna get into the game, and the first quarter is gonna go by, gonna get the jitters out, and then I think about third quarter, one of these teams is gonna have a turnover,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's gonna be the Chiefs. I do. They have young receivers. They have an inexperienced O-line on the interior. Their tackles are great. They moved a tackle in to interior offensive line. He's been playing well, but if there's a weak spot for the Chiefs on that offensive line, it's at the guards and center. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now their center's he's a stud, but that interior center guard, okay, that's gonna be very interesting. I think the Eagles pass rush coming downhill, getting on them is gonna be massive. We're gonna get after the quarterback, and for me, the one thing that kind of gives me confidence, and I've been talking to Eagles fans all the last 2 weeks here, and one thing I keep coming back to is we have a great defense. Great defense. We have, okay, let's start here. Top level safeties: Reed Blankenship, C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Okay, both very serviceable. They're not gonna get blown by. They're not gonna make a dumb error. Okay, they are sound tacklers. They're gonna wrap you up, put you down on the ground. Boom,
Yep.
play. Our corners. We have 3 great cover corners. 3.
Yeah.
3 of them. Most teams are lucky to have 1. Okay, we have teams like the Colts out here. Who do they even have one? No. Okay, they don't. They suck. But anyways, okay, we could be them. We have 3. We have Darius Slay.
Yep.
Quinyon Mitchell. Cooper DeJean. Okay,
Yep.
Cooper DeJean's our nickel corner. Okay, unbelievable. He's an absolute dog. So we got 3 great corners that we can put on one-on-one coverage, man-to-man, straight up. Our best versus your best. Beat it. I don't think you're going to. And then we go to linebacker core. We got Zach Bond, who's an all-pro. Are you kidding me? He was up for Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
He was playing special teams last year for the New Orleans Saints.
that's crazy.
Crazy. Unbelievable. And you know, you get into the defensive line. You got Josh Sweat, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Milton Williams. All these young, fresh legs. I think they're going to be able to get after the quarterback. I think Jalen Carter is going to have a huge game. Huge game. Really. And I think he's going to come up with a big play eventually.
Mhm.
At some point, he's either going to have a pressure that flushes Mahomes out of the pocket and forces a pick, or he's going to have a big sack late in the fourth quarter, kind of a la Brandon Graham, which, by the way, Brandon Graham coming back for the Super Bowl. You see that?
Massive.
That's huge. Huge. You know, he's coming off a tricep injury that we were told is going to be end of the season for him. So getting him back is going to be a good morale booster, you know, good energy booster for the boys in green, you know. But, you know, I think the other biggest thing is, like, as an Eagles fan, you know, what concerns you? Like we said, you know, like, what are we looking for? But, like, as an Eagles fan, what concerns you about the Chiefs? Like, if there's something you're worried about, like, yeah, we said if this thing goes our way, we're going to win. But what's the one thing that kind of concerns you other than Patrick Mahomes?
Ah,
You know,
Take
Patrick
that from
Mahomes,
me.
that's an easy out. We're not going to give you
yeah,
that.
true,
but-
true. I think it would have to be the coaching. Like, I think Nick Sirianni could easily get outcoached by Andy Reid. Like you were saying, like Jalen Carter could have a day.
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs have been kind of working with a makeshift offensive line here. But Andy Reid's done a really good job in helping those offensive line and not getting in too much trouble.
Putting him in a lot of RPOs.
Right.
This whole
And-
postseason, really.
Right. And so they give him a lot of help, but like when teams like double team Jalen Carter a lot, they only leave so many blockers. So then that gives Nolan Smith or Josh Sweat the opportunities.
Yep.
So I really think the coaching could be the key here in this game.
And like the way you're saying coaching, like how does Andy Reid kind of put makeup on the blemishes of
Mhm.
his team? And you know, he's been doing that all year. Everyone keeps saying the Chiefs, they're gonna lose, they're not that good. But all they did is win, dude.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, you can say the refs this, the refs that, they got lucky. They're well coached. How do you block a field goal? You're
Right.
well coached on special teams. Like, that's why they beat the Broncos. That's why they beat these teams. You know, they're well coached. Situationally, they're going to show up and they are not going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
They will not do that. They do not beat themselves. And
Let me chime in here.
yeah, what's up?
So it's probably been established by now. I don't know much at all about NFL. And so I just did a quick Google search here. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this. So I just did some basic money line odds. There's a couple different things here, but I'll just do DraftKings and FanDuel. DraftKings has Chiefs at a minus 125. FanDuel has Chiefs at a minus 124. What are your odds about the Eagles going in as like a plus 105, plus 106 underdog? Like,
Is that money line?
yep, that's money line. As Eagles fans, do you feel confident about that, or is that like a good like? What are your odds on the or what are your takes there on the money line?
Okay, so I'm gonna take
Like,
this
it's
here.
probably to be expected. The Chiefs are the favorite, right? Like,
Yeah.
just the name Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Like, you know,
She
Mhm.
doesn't play, but
But
Yeah.
everyone's got those conspiracy theories, man.
yeah.
And like here, okay, to Seth's question, like I am not expecting the Eagles to be the favorites by any means. Because here's the thing. The national media is going to they're not going to do Philly any favors.
the limelight's on the Chiefs. Like,
Yes.
that's obvious. Everyone
Exactly.
knows that. So like, you're feeling pretty like this is to be expected
Yep.
going as the. But I like I said, I don't watch too much football, but the Eagles odds really, that's not that bad. Like, a plus 105 is not bad at all. going into this game.
Especially as a money line and with a team as good as the Eagles, I think that's if you're going to bet on this game, and if you could get me the spread on that. Earlier today, it was -1 Chiefs, maybe, or like a 1.5 point.
1.5. Yep, it's still
Okay.
at 1.5.
So 1.5 is basically a pick 'em at this point, and that's, look, you may as well take the money line because you're either saying the Eagles are going to lose by 1, which is very unlikely, or they're going to win whatever. So, I mean, I'm taking money line on that. But it's interesting because everyone's going to put their money, like, everyone's going to favor the Chiefs, okay? That's the Chiefs. They've won back-to-back Super Bowls. They're going for their third straight. They are the Chiefs. They have Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. They have the best coach in the NFL, and they have the best quarterback in the NFL. After that, all the pieces fall in place. But actually, like, most of the money has been on the Eagles recently, and it might have changed in the last like 24 hours since I've looked, but a lot of the money is going towards the Eagles because they're the underdogs, and the public is kind of, I think they're betting with their heart a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
And they don't want the Chiefs to win. They'd rather see the Eagles win, and I think that's where that's coming from. But it's really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know, Peach. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
That question from Seth there.
It is interesting what you brought up about most of the bets being on the Eagles, because just like people who vote for these awards, they get voters fatigue. Watchers get watchers fatigue.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to watch the Chiefs win another Super Bowl.
They don't want to watch Travis Kelce propose at Taylor Swift.
Yeah, no
on
one
the
wants to
field
see
with
that.
confetti falling.
No one
Yeah,
If I
wants to
see that, the TV's going off, I'm never watching.
I'm
NFL
ripping my
again.
TV off the wall and I'm probably breaking it.
Yeah, no one wants to see that except Chiefs fans
And then
maybe,
I'm
and
gonna
Taylor
play-
Swift fans.
Then I'm gonna play Juice World Robbery and put the heart in the bag and nobody gets.
I'm gonna
hurt
play my
because-
Fetty Wap.
Like, I'm gonna be in sad boy hours, man.
Right.
This is crazy.
So I get why people want to bet on the Eagles.
Fair enough.
But also, you look at the Eagles team, and they're just loaded everywhere. They're hard to stop on multiple fronts.
Yeah.
So it's really not a bad bet to go with the Eagles money line.
So, as an Eagles fan, if you are not an Eagles fan and you find this podcast and you are listening to it, look at me. Do not bet on the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? As an Eagles fan, that is bad juju,
Yeah.
okay? I am not betting on the Eagles, okay? If I'm a betting man and I decide I'm not an Eagles fan for some reason, I'm betting on the Eagles 1,000%. Like, if I have to say, gun to my head, who am I picking to win the Super Bowl? It's the Philadelphia Eagles. And that's as an unbiased fan. And we'll get into that in a little bit here, the reasonings for all that and stuff. But yeah, you can't, Eagles fans out there, do not bet on the Eagles, okay? Do a same game parlay, bet on the coin toss. I don't care what you do with your money, okay? Just gamble responsibly. But it's going to be a fascinating game. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah.
But I think that's interesting to hear that the money line is Eagles plus, like, what do you say, 105?
105 on DraftKings, 106 on FanDuel.
Yeah.
Another interesting thing is the over/under for total points scored. We talked about this a little bit before we started. The over/under for total points scored is set at 48.5. What are your takes on that?
Peach, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one.
Ooh.
What's up?
So 48.5. So the last time the Eagles and Chiefs played, Chiefs won 38-35, so that put us well over the 48.5.
Mhm.
However, the Eagles defense is much different. They're much better than the last time. And I also think the Chiefs are a little bit better
Defensively or offensively?
defensively.
Yeah.
So my inclination would be go for the under in this game.
Okay.
I would go under 48.5.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would go under 48.5. I think this is going to be a defensive game. I think it's going to be low scoring.
Okay, we'll get your final score prediction towards the end, but my final score prediction, and I don't want to give it away. We got to let some mystery for the viewers, but it is right on that line, and it just happens to fall on the under. So that'll be interesting. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I think we're going to see offenses get frustrated.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see them get limited. And like these defensive coordinators are both Hall of Famers.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Spagnuolo and Vic Fangio, they are studs at what they do.
Dogs.
And like they got 2 weeks to prepare for this.
Yeah.
Steve Spagnuolo has 2 weeks to prepare for AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, this offensive line, all those weapons. He's got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a Hall of Famer. He's won multiple Super Bowls as a defensive coordinator. The guy knows what he's doing. Okay, Vic Fangio has also had 2 weeks, and he's also knows what he's doing. So I think it'll be interesting. Like I think we're gonna see a lower scoring game potentially than what everyone's thinking. I don't think it's gonna be a shootout. I don't think it's gonna be 42-37. I don't think it's gonna be any of that. But that is interesting that the over under is at 48.5. I'm right on the line, and according to my score prediction, I'm taking the under because of all the reasons I laid out previously. But it's an interesting spot to be in right there.
Yeah.
40.5, 27-24, Eagles, Chiefs. That gets you over the over-under, so that'll be interesting. It's a good line. I'm going to take the under on that. If I'm putting money on that, I'm taking the under on that for sure. But I could see why you would go over. You could argue Chiefs are going to stack the box against Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
And the Eagles are going to be able to throw the ball all over them. And vice versa with the Chiefs. And Chiefs and Eagles. Chiefs offensively. Eagles are going to stack the box, try to limit the run game that they have with Pacheco and P. Ryan and all them boys.
And even Patrick Mahomes running the ball.
So that'll be interesting. But, then maybe the Chiefs hit a couple deep balls, a couple errors on the Eagles secondary, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen at all, actually. But I can see why you would potentially believe in that. You have Andy Reid. You have Patrick Mahomes. You have Travis Kelce. You got all of these 3 generational talents that could potentially go off, But, Peach, as we move into towards the prediction side of this episode and towards the end of it, what's your confidence? Let's go with this. Give me your reasons for confidence that potentially whoever you're picking to win is going to win. And then give me a score prediction.
Right.
So let's go with that.
So, just as a person, I'm usually a glass half empty kind of guy.
Okay.
I usually don't look on the bright side too much. However, with this Super Bowl, I'm pretty confident in the Eagles this year.
Okay.
I just think the weapons that they have are going to be too much. I think Saquon Barkley is going to have an impact. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have an impact, obviously, because he's a freaking quarterback. So with that, my confidence level is pretty high, and I do think the Eagles will win this game.
Do you have a score prediction?
Oh, yeah. So with what I said about going with the under, I think this score will be 24 for the Eagles to 17 for the Chiefs.
Okay. All right, so you have them both scoring a couple touchdowns, kicking a field goal. Okay. All right. So here's where I'm at. All right. As an Eagles fan, I'm wearing this Kelly Green Jason Kelce jersey, which the viewers who are watching, it looks fantastic.
It's so good.
So good. Okay. Kelly Green, Skullbirds, baby.
Skullbirds.
But obviously you guys are clueless of who I'm going to pick. But all right, here we go.
You're gonna
Let's-
pick the Chiefs though, right?
I mean, I'm waffling.
Yeah.
I might have a Chiefs jersey. I might have a Chiefs tank top under this. I
True.
could do a strip.
Let's take a little peek.
Oh,
No, he's not. He's not.
Oh,
He's
Dad,
not.
explode it, man. We just lost 15 viewers.
Yeah,
Anyways,
well,
eh,
I couldn't resist.
That's on you, Seth.
That's all right. That's all right.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's a common problem. Anyways, but all right. You want me to lay my reasons out first, or do you
Oh,
want
yeah.
to give me a score prediction?
Lay it out for me.
Lay it out. All right. Here's why I'm confident. Eagles are going to win, okay? Score prediction coming after all these reasons. 1, Eagles defense is so much better than it was in 2022, okay? We have Cooper DeJean. We have not James Bradbury, my bad. Darius Slay. We have Quinyon Mitchell. We have CJ Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship. We have 3 great cover corners. We have a good linebacker. We have a great defensive line. Our defense is so much better than what it was in 2022. Flip side, our offense, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, our offensive line, best offensive line in the NFL, okay? And then everyone's saying, well, the Chiefs are just going to stack the box and you focus on Saquon Barkley. Okay, go ahead. And then when we hit you with a read option and Jalen Hurts runs for 25 yards down the field for a touchdown, let me know how that works out for you, babe.
Yeah.
Okay? You know what I mean? Like, let's go. Okay, try to stop our read option. All right, you key in on the read option. Guess what? Whoop, up, over the top, A.J. Brown, touchdown. Okay? We got all these weapons. If Kansas City stacks the box and goes single coverage on Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert and A.J. Brown, you're telling me Jalen Hurts can't put the ball on A.J. Brown? Single coverage?
He
Maybe.
definitely can.
Bring it on. Oh, let's say A.J. Brown's clamped up. Trent McDuffie, great corner for the Chiefs, right?
Yep.
Let's say he's shadowing him all game. You're telling me Devontae Smith can get open for a couple, yards?
Oh, he can get open.
Oh, he can get open. He won Heisman at Alabama.
Yep.
Yeah, he cooked Notre Dame, by the way, in the national championship. But anyways, like all this stuff, we got all these weapons. Pick your poison. If you don't load the box and you spread them out defensively on the secondary and they go nickel package, dime package, whatever, okay, we'll hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley. We're okay with that. We don't care. Eagles don't care. Eagles do not care how they win. If you want them to throw the ball, they've thrown the ball. Look at the Pittsburgh Steelers game this year.
Mm-hmm.
What'd they say? Can't throw the ball. Eagles came out, throw the ball. What'd they say after the Rams game? Can't throw the ball. What they came out and did against the Commanders? I mean, they did everything.
They did do everything.
They did everything, but they also threw the ball.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's one of the reasons I'm so confident. And honestly, Steve Spagnuolo, as you said, Hall of Fame defensive coordinator, he's going to have multiple defenses.
Yeah.
The one thing the Commanders did in the NFC Championship game that really kind of messed them up was they went single high man coverage, and that was what they did. They ran it, and if it worked, it worked. If they didn't, well, you saw what happened. The Eagles won by a lot. But I think Spagnuolo is going to throw at cover 1, cover 2. He's going to throw man zone. He's going to put spies on Hurts. He's going to put special blitzes on Hurts. He's going to put, corners blitzing, all this stuff. And then guess what? It's not going to matter, because here's why. Final score prediction, Eagles 31, Chiefs 17. Book it. Eagles are going to lean on that offensive line. They're going to physically dominate and break the Chiefs mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be our Super Bowl. We're going to have it locked in, tucked away. Nice little sleepy sleep by fourth quarter, 7 minutes left. Peachy, we're going to be able to chill. You're going to be able to eat a couple wings in peace.
I don't think I'll ever be able to be in peace in a Super Bowl game.
You'll be in peace. Don't worry about it, man. But any closing thoughts on the Super Bowl preview here?
Yeah. Something interesting that I just thought of that I saw earlier. I think it was this week or maybe today or something.
Yeah.
We were talking about the best offensive line in the league. We're also the heaviest offensive line in the league.
I did see that.
We're like
It's
1,700 pounds
of just
with-
grown men.
with just grown men, just
Leaning
throwing
on you.
people around.
Leaning you on all
But
game.
That's
Makai-
gonna weigh. That's gonna weigh on the
Yes.
Chiefs.
Yes.
Like,
We're
absolutely.
physical.
Come third quarter, they're
So-
gonna be dead.
Imagine
So our- So
Go
our
ahead.
right guard, Mekhi Becton,
Yep.
he is 6'8" and like 400 pounds.
That's a man.
He's massive,
Yep.
and
Oh,
he's
he's huge.
throwing kids around.
Yeah.
Guards like that don't exist in the league.
No.
He was drafted as a tackle to the Jets. That's a different story because the
wait,
Jets sucked.
suck. They're right
He
up
was
there with
not
the
good. He
Colts.
came in for the Eagles. Nick Sirianni was like, "Hey, let's throw him in a guard."
Hey, wait. I thought Nick Sirianni. I thought he's just a big dumb idiot.
Well, apparently he's not a big dumb
Appar-
idiot because
Yeah.
he threw Mekhi Becton in guard,
Yeah.
and
fact.
he's been balling.
Yeah.
He's one of the biggest guys in the league.
Yeah, that's massive. That was a
So
good
that
pull.
those big guys will wear down on the Chiefs' defensive line.
All right. Well, if our special guest Seth doesn't have any more comments or questions, then we're going to wrap it up. But we're gonna flip it over to Seth real quick.
Listen, I mean, I don't. I mean, you guys know much more about the players and the stats and all that stuff. I don't know, half of what you guys know about, what to even expect going into this game. All I know is I'm sick and tired of hearing people compare Patrick Mahomes to my boy Tom Brady as a Patriots fan. So I'm sick and tired of hearing that. So I'm all in on the Go Birds and the Fly Eagles Fly and all that stuff. So
Just go Birds.
you guys are confident in the Eagles. I'm confident in the Eagles. I'm going to have a good Sunday watching this team. I'm excited for you guys as a Patriots fan. So let's go. Fly Eagles Fly. I'm excited. I can't wait. And with that said, Jordan, wrap us up.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap you up here with the amateurs. It was Taters, it was Peach, and it was our honorary guest Seth Kendall.
I'll be
We
here
are-
occasionally.
He will be here occasionally, probably Duke UNC when he's crying like a little baby in the corner. But anyways, we'll leave that there. I had to get a
No
cheap
comment.
shot. I had to get a cheap shot in him at the end. But this has been the amateurs. We are happy to gain your ear and let us know in any comments on YouTube, Rumble, or Spotify, or social media. Peach is running our social media accounts on X, Instagram. If you want something covered, let us know in the comments. We'll get in there. We'll get that for you. We'll do a little special segment for you guys. All right. But that's it. Peace.
Peace.
This has been The Amateurs. Tune in next week to hear your hosts.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.